Back to the many new developments in the search for Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy. Officials are looking to identify this person wearing a mask and gloves outside Nancy Guthrie's home, caught on video the night she disappeared. Last night, a man was detained after a traffic stop in connection with the case, but he was released, and he later spoke to the media.
When they came up on you, what did they say? What did they say?
Nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. They just told me, stop moving. Like, what's your name? Carlos. And that's it. They put me in the cop car.
When they finally told you this had to do with some kidnapping, what were you thinking?
Like, what the am I doing here? I didn't do anything. To be honest, I'm innocent.
We're joined now by Lance Leising. He's a retired supervisory special agent with the FBI. Lance, it's good to see you this morning because I'm hoping you can help shed some light on this very confusing and very scary case. What does it take? I want to talk about the man, Carlos, who was just detained. This poor guy has been described as a DoorDash delivery driver. He says police asked him nothing about the case, which does seem a little odd to me. But what is the criteria for detaining someone?
Right, you need reasonable suspicion, short of probable cause. However, in the news reports, we do hear that they did search the residence. So unless they got consent to search the residence, and it did not sound like they did, then they had to have a search warrant based on probable cause.
Yeah, and they seem to have released him pretty quickly. What does that say, if anything, to you about the state of this investigation?
First of all, I think we're all looking for hope here. Hope that Nancy's okay and hope for a break in the case. But you have to understand, in a case like this, where we have a victim outstanding that could be in danger, investigators move very quickly, and sometimes quicker than they normally would with a slower investigation where you don't have that risk. So a lot of times you're going to detain people, bring them in for questioning, and they may not be the suspect, but they might have a piece, and hopefully the investigators got that piece.
Well, that video, talk about the piece, seems like a huge break in the case. Lance, when you look at it, what kind of things are investigators, when they're looking at the video, walk us through what they're looking for and what they're seeing.
We could talk for hours on this video. Yeah. So every item that individual is carrying, they're going to delve into. They're going to spend hours, if not days, looking into each one of those items, and some are so unique. I think what's more interesting are the behavioral characteristics that are seen in the video.
Like, for instance?
So if you look at the two still photos and the videos that Kash Patel released, one of them, the subject's not even wearing the backpack or the weapon, potential weapon. So what that says to me is he approached that door and then turned around and got the backpack and got the weapon and then came back. The weapon's held in a very unusual way, does not look very professional, looks very amateur. And then when they approach, they have their head down as if they're expecting a surveillance camera above them. But then they almost feel surprised that there's a doorbell camera there, which anyone who's done any reconnaissance would know that's there, or anyone that's been to a door would expect a doorbell camera. They're very commonplace. Then they take some irrational step to grab a bush or a weed from the front yard and then put that in front as they try to take it off. It has the sense to me that it's somebody who has a plan, has tried to disguise themselves and has a plan, but when things don't go to plan, they take some irrational steps. And unfortunately, that same decision-making could happen inside the house.
Lance, you mentioned words like irrational and not novice, amateur. Excuse me. Thank you. Does that tell you that this person is not a career criminal when you look at this video? And does that give you any leads on where to look next?
Would absolutely think this person is not a career criminal. However, they have to have a criminal mindset in order to commit a heinous crime like this. Just look at the weapon. I've never seen anybody who knows how to use a weapon carry it that way with a holster that's not designed to carry that weapon that way, if it is in fact even a weapon. Then the gloves that he's wearing, oversized, maybe multiple layers, even being able to access and use that weapon appropriately with all of those layers on, only the best of firearms instructors can be able to do that. So extremely amateurish. And I do think that it gives investigators hope that if they're amateur at the door, they've made other mistakes and they're looking for that break. Really, they're looking for the public's tip here. I mean, that's what's going to help.
Yeah, they need the public now more than ever.
They really do, and this is a huge break, and we're all hoping that this does lead to quick resolution. Lance, thank you very much.